Hello, this is Mrs. Pullen for Algebra 2 Midterm Review. In this video, I'm going to go over the skill of solving systems of equations algebraically. And so we have the top equation is the equation of a circle, and it's more complicated than the second equation, which is linear. A linear equation, notice that all the exponents of both variables are 1. And so the first thing I want to do is solve for, you can either solve for x and y or y. I'm going to solve for isolate y. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. That's going to give me 2y is equal to 4x plus 20. I'm then going to divide all terms by 2, and that's going to give me y is equal to 2x plus 10. I'm then going to take the right side of the linear equation that where the y has been isolated, and I'm going to substitute that in for the y variable equation in the circle equation. So I get x minus 4 squared plus 2x plus 10, don't forget to add the 1, squared is equal to 74. I'm then going to combine like terms, and I can rewrite this equation, or I'm sorry, this expression as 2x plus 11 squared. And now I'm going to expand. So I have x minus 4 times x minus 4 plus 2x plus 11 times 2x plus 11 is equal to 74. I'm going to multiply x minus 4 times x minus 4 out, and 2x plus 11 times 2x plus 11 out. Now I'm going to combine like terms. So x squared and 4x squared, that becomes 5x squared. 4x and 4x, 22x and 22x is negative. Let me just check my arithmetic. That's 36, positive 36. Actually, let me just make sure it's in the same colored ink. And now I'm going to combine the 16 and the 121 to get the 137. Now, sometimes I find that students do great up until this point, and then they forget to make sure that the equation is in standard form, meaning they forget to subtract 74 from both sides and to make sure that the right-hand side is 0. But we're going to make sure to do that. 137 minus 74 is positive 63. And at this point, you have to factor. Now, you can factor this multiple ways. You can use the split the middle technique. You can use trial and error. You can even go ahead and use the quadratic formula. I'm going to use trial and error just because it's a little faster, but you certainly can use the other technique. So if I'm using trial and error, the first two terms have to multiply it to 5x. And since the last sign is positive and the middle sign is positive, I know inside both parentheses is a plus plus. Now I look for factors of 64, which is 1 and 63, 63 and 1, Sorry for the sloppiness. The internet is a little slow here. 7 and 9, 9 and 7, 3 and 21, 21 and 3. And you would test out all possible combinations of that. Most likely 1 and 63 and 60 and 3 and 1 won't work. And it turns out that 21 and 3 work. And just to test that out, I can multiply my inner two terms to get 21x. My outer two terms are 15x. And when I add down, I get 36x. So I factored it. Once I'm going to come over to the right-hand side where I have a little more room. And I'm going to set each of these factors equal to 0 and solve for x. So I have 5x is equal to negative 21. Divide both sides by 5, and I get x is equal to negative 21 over 5. On this side, I again set the linear factor equal to 0 and solve, and I get x is equal to negative 3. But you're not done. Sometimes people stop there, they got their x's, they're happy, and then they're sad when they lose points. When you're graphing a circle and you're finding the point of intersection with a line, sometimes you have one answer, two answer, or two answers, but they're points. So not only do you have the x coordinate, but you need the y coordinate. So I go back and I'm going to take that second equation, which I placed in standard form, and I'm going to use the one where I already isolated the y because it makes my life easier. Again, I apologize. The internet is a little wonky right now. So I take negative 21 times over 5 times 5. Times 2. So it's that 2x plus 10. And I enter that in the calculator. And when I do that, I get 8/5. So one point of intersection is negative 21, 5, 8/5. That's one point. And now let's get the other point. Negative 6 plus 10 is equal to 4. And so the second point of intersection is negative 3, 4. And so I have negative 21, 5, 8/5 as one solution. Again, apologize. The internet is giving me a hard time right this second. And the other point is negative 3/4. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you tomorrow.